Evening. Day 19, Tuesday. 19 of isolation. Got up this morning, as usual, not too late. Reality bites a bit today. Sort of everything's quiet out there, and that's good, really. And goes back to yesterday's poem about the back in the 70s. Things were quieter and were better, but then of course reality bites, and you think the economy, we're going to be in a bit of trouble here. We need to get back up and running, so that there's just no end at the moment to it. While I think about it, back on the 70s subject, a friend of mine, she mentioned after last night, saying that didn't mention about the power cuts and the 3-day week and all that sort of stuff. An interesting little story around that. When that was happening back in the 70s, there were power cuts regular in those days, enforced power cuts. But in our house, my dad was a character, quite ingenious really. He actually bypassed the meter. So back in the throes of the big power cuts, every light was out in the streets, even the street lights. It was just a complete darkness apart from our house. We had all the lights on, 3 bars on the fire. Fantastic. My mother's face, oh my God. On a very similar subject, very quickly, we did, on the way back from our annual holiday in the Ford Capri, I would think, to Cornwall. We spent all the money, or my parents spent all the money. We were only 3 young kids, and they had nothing, and obviously no credit cards in them days, so all the way back driving from Cornwall, my mum had to stand guard in the motorway service station car park while my dad siphoned petrol out of other people's cars to get us all the way home. I don't think he was he was a thief. I think just a bit of a man of his time, really, a character, a thieving character at times. But yeah, that was back in the 70s, so thanks for reminding me of that one, Paula. Back in those days. Quick one for you, quick catnip update. As promised, I did try it. Didn't taste that nice particularly. Can't say it did a lot to me, apart from the cats were sort of staring me out for a while afterwards, for pinching their catnip, because they're pretty addicted, these girls. I did later on in the night get the urge to sort of lick my own balls, if I'm being honest with you, but I've had that for about 30 odd years and never managed it, so I don't think that's catnip related, really. So tonight I'm going to go on to a poem about social media. We all do it, lots of us do it. I do a little bit of it, a bit of Instagram. Tend to post lots of stuff about the badgers. I used to post about beavers, but my wife wasn't too happy when she found that out. So it's just badgers now. So we're in crazy times at the moment. Social media is quite vicious out there in these lockdown days. So the quick poem on social media for you. Social media, a dark, often mysterious but still public place. We can get called all sorts of names by someone that hides their face. Facebook, you've got 800 friends, but hardly met any. Sharing for likes, not for the few, but for the many. Arguing in groups on the virtual high horse. Going head to head in disagreement, but not face to face, of course. Everybody has an opinion, rightly or wrongly. But on social media, it's more aggressive. Points argued more strongly. Twitter is a place to follow your hero. And then you're gutted because your post receives counting 0. You want 2 million followers, but know that you won't. What is it that Kylie has that you don't? Where you declare a political alliance and put forward your thoughts, and faceless users and trolls call you all sorts. A real strange situation, being bullied but online. Keyboard warriors inbound, jumping on one at a time. Instagram more serene, multiple selfies and live shares. Here's me walking outside, or eating, or who actually cares? Hashtags applied to link all the posts worldwide. And once you put yourself out there, there's nowhere to hide. 4 friends go to lunch, take selfies and tap on their phones all the time, and post it on their apps saying how great it was. What a crime. Why not stick with your phones off and chat face to face? Why not live in that moment, in that time, in the place? Change your status to busy. Have some nice conversation, instead of posting photos of your Caesar salad all across the bloody nation. Then make a daft video and act like a complete cock. There's a new place for that, an app called TikTok. Daft dances to music, juggle, I think anything goes. Will it lead to world stardom? It could do. Who knows? We're in a new world right now. There's no turning back. Do us oldies just ignore it, or do we give it a crack? Do we stay old school and get left on the shelf? Or do vlogs and videos and make a fool of ourselves? Maybe some balance is required, but perhaps there's nothing to fear. Lights, music, action. Come on, virtual world. Hold my beer. Cheers, guys. Have a good evening.